Internet connection. What's going on, family? Let me go. Gotta get the chapstick on there. This that CBD chapstick. My Coach B, gave me this. I forgot who made this, but this some homemade CBD chapstick and it's hitting. That's what I do know. It's hitting. So let me turn this up right too. I actually don't even like it sideways like that, so y'all forgive me for that. Switch up real quick. What's going on, family? It's your girl Guruji Chastity, and today we are talking about the truth behind your mother wound. Okay, I feel like we really got to break this down, because when I tell people that I help women heal their mother wound, one of their first responses is be like, if it's two people together, they be like, oh, that's you, sis. And I be like, damn, you just gonna out your homie like that? Or they be like, oh, I don't got them problems, or I don't have a mother wound. So I wanted to, in fact, show what I believe to be an actual mother wound. It's very simple. It's an ideogram and 3 simple steps. An ideogram being a picture which encapsulates an entire message, an entire concept, an entire teaching, somewhat like hieroglyphics, some would say. Okay? And so the reason why we are here today is because I want to clear the air and show exactly what a mother wound is, how it's created, but also I want to share about the 3 symptoms of a mother wound that I particularly help women with. Because when I say mother wound, sometimes off rip, we get those first few responses that I mentioned earlier, like, oh, I don't have a mother wound. But then when I start talking about the symptoms of the mother wound and how that breaks down, they be like, oh shit, well, wait a minute, I do got some of that going on, right? And so the 3 symptoms of a mother wound that I help women heal are abandonment, body image issues, and people-pleasing behavior. Okay? Now, this is not because I didn't read every book on these issues or have all the answers. It's because I have gone through these things, right? And I still continue to learn and heal from these things. So I am sharing real life in the moment experience, right? And expertise on that level. And so that's what I feel like, that's what makes my program also hella unique, is because yes, a tool that worked for me may not work the same for you. Like, I might use a hammer for something different in my reality. That don't mean a hammer won't work for you, but that means you can't use it how I use it. And I love setting up the path of curiosity for people to be like, look, this is what I use this for. Now here, look, I showed you how I do it. Now you show me how you would do it. Put your sauce on it, right? And you allow people to illuminate their own path, right? We ain't out here trying to solve problems for people's. That's when them healers, that's when you getting it twisted now, okay? So, okay, nice little rant for a minute. Okay, so boom. Look, I know that we can't flip this, and then so just ignore the words at the bottom. Just focus right here at the top at the ideogram. That's what's most important. So I'm gonna break down the steps of how it happens, but you know, just pay attention to what this is right here up here. This is what we're looking at. So boom, right? This start with your granny. The whole thing. Now don't be walking around now first going to go start blaming your grandmother for all the generational problems your family might have. That's not what we're doing. That's not it. But boom, we got granny, okay? Granny gets started. And for some of us, we can't go back another generation because that might be hard. I tried. It's not that easy as you may think. But we started with granny, okay? So granny is born. She's the first part of this triangle, and you see the line. She's the line. She's the foundation, literally, okay? So granny is the substance, the essence, right? She's this line. But this green squiggly line here is the trauma that granny went through, right? That green squiggly line is the trauma that granny went through. Now, like most of the women in our families back in that time, I'm sure I can't foresee granny having the time to figure out her mental health and then figure out a game plan. They life just wasn't set up like that, right? And so we do have to offer some level of grace, okay? So I'm assuming granny did the best that she could to deal with this green squiggly line now, okay? But let's just say granny didn't get to it, and she was too busy raising my mama so she could do what she had to do, right? So now, the green trauma, squiggly, that started with my grandmother, now my mama got it. In fact, that's her foundation right there. That green squiggly line. And then, so my mama is born, but then now she done added a blue line. Now she got her own trauma. Because she going to start to create her own reality and her own experiences, right? But all of that shit stemmed, all of my mama's blue trauma shit stemmed from this green, right? And so now, these two colors trying to work together, trying to figure out what the hell going on. Man, this way it get tricky. You get a little one of these on it, because some of us experience mamas who try to use the same excuse as the grandmama. Well, I didn't have the time, or I didn't have this, I didn't have that. It's a little more space right here in this reality for some change to go on now. It's some changes that can be made, right? And so now we starting to get tricky, okay? So we realize grandmother started right here with the green squiggly and her trauma. Back in her day, we can't say for sure or nay that they had time to navigate mental health. But she passed that green trauma line on to my mama. And my mama created a blue trauma line of her own. So now my mama got two lines of trauma. She got her mama's, and now she got hers. Then they had made me, or they had made you, okay? So now you got your grandmama green trauma line, your mama blue trauma line, and now your own blue trauma line. And then the world said, make something shake with all these colors. You'll be like, when you start to get right here, you can't decide what's best for you. You got trust issues. Like we said, you got them abandonment issues, body image issues, because you got too much going on. It's not one color. It's not one color. And it's hard to navigate an entire reality, right? Trying to be three different energies. Meanwhile, you was just supposed to figure out one. Half of the time, right? The blue that your mama made, she ain't break it down. She ain't tell you what was happening in blue trauma. She ain't say, when blue trauma excited me here, I did this or I did that. So half of the time, you working with colors and shit and foundations that you know nothing about. What happens if you ain't never seen blue before, but she been around here in blue land this whole time and never broke it down to you? That be the challenge right here. That's where all that confusion come from. And that can easily show up in our reality, for instance, right? At least for me, this is how I can represent it, is that I grew up and is still learning how to process emotions, right? Because that's what I teach. Self-soothing techniques, learning how to process your emotions. Well, let's say, probably would have been a lot easier for me in doing this task if I saw my mama process her emotions. Or if she showed me how she did it, right? Emotions for me could be this purple, right? Or could be this blue. But if my mama never told me how blue affected her, well, I'm kind of running from scratch over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm running from scratch off of something that ain't even mine. It ain't even my baggage, right? But I'm trying to sort through it and make sense of it. And I'll be like, no, I got it. Yo, no, this what this mean. And then find somewhere you be butthurt about something because you don't really understand what's going on. So look, family, this is a mother wound. Literally. What's going on, sis? What up, Whitney? This a mother wound. Right here. Right here. You got your grandmama. She started with the first line. She bring in the trauma. And we get them, they damn near get a pass around here, this generation, because we can't say for sure if they had time to process mental health and if they had tools and the stuff necessary. When we get right here, we get about 50% leeway room. It's like, okay, now, you should have learned something, sis. You should have learned something right here. You should have been doing something. But if she wasn't doing nothing about that green shit she got from her mama, she stuck with her own blue shit, okay? And now she got green and blue. Nobody did none of that. And then here you come, right here. You got green, blue, and purple. Now you trying to make sense of it, i.e. a mother wound, because now you just carrying generational trauma. At some point, somebody got to stop and say, you know what? Take off this piece, take off this piece, take off this piece. What they mean individually, what colors they make as a whole, and I'm going to run with that color. Because y'all not finna run me ragged trying to run me with 3 different colors. That's not what we're going to do. And that's essentially what breaking a generational curse is. You know what I'm saying? And so, 3 things that I want to share real quick about the mother wound, right? So, because we are backwards, I said don't focus on these 3 things right here, but I'm going to break it down, right? That makes sense, don't it, sis? Miss Shaw Brown, what's going on, sis? That makes sense, don't it, right? This right here, the mother wound, makes sense. So now I want to talk about what I have written down here. So when we look at that first one with the grandmother, that creates codependency. Because your mama was essentially codependent on that energy that she wasn't receiving, right? And so now that she codependent, when she grew up to be an adult, she lacks the ability to process or regulate her emotions or learn positive self-soothing techniques, right? So then what happens when that get passed on to you, you just have a lack of self-trust. You can't trust your emotions. You don't know which way to go, right? Because your grandmother and mother probably had like some type of codependency that wasn't healed, right? And because your mama couldn't deal with that when the separation happened, she learned to just, I'm cool, it's fine, everything put together, we straight. You learn how to do that. And then now, when you learn how to do that and you have big emotions and you don't know what to do with them, you don't trust them. You be like, And so you be, count me out, right? And then that's how we all walking around here, either, can't bring life out of our heads and into our bodies, have a hard time crying, got a hard time emoting, got a hard time being vulnerable, got a hard time with intimacy, have a hard time with receiving, all of that. Those things happen when you don't look at this, when you don't take the time to stop and pause. Okay, family? And so what I want to share is that when you heal those 3 issues that I mentioned, right? The 3 symptoms of a mother wound that I assist women with, which are abandonment, body image issues, and people-pleasing behavior, this is what you gain, right? When you overcome and heal abandonment, you build trust in yourself and in source. When you overcome body image issues, you create impenetrable self-love. And when we say self-love, we don't mean the physicality like we've been taught. We're not talking about just taking your car to the car wash. We're talking about self-love. I know when it's time to go get an oil change. I know when my transmission fluid low. You know what I'm saying? All of this. That's what we mean by self-love, right? I know when I need my tires rotated, right? But that's what we're talking about, okay? I know when I need, what else? I don't know nothing else about cars, damn it, but y'all get my what I'm saying. And then last but not least, people-pleasing behavior. Here in the program, we learn to set boundaries because that's important. Now that I done got all of this clear and I done got all my healing done, I got to protect it. Not to say I'm going to use the boundaries to not allow me to live fully. I ain't going to use them as an excuse. No. I'm going to use these boundaries to allow me to express fully because I done the work. And I know and I trust in them boundaries that they're going to protect me. They're going to do their job. So I don't got to walk around in life no more on guard, wondering what's next, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Right? And you see how them build, all of them hit and build on each other. They foundational, family. It's important. Okay? So look, if any of this resonate, if any of this hit for you, come and talk to me. It's very simple, very easy. I'm currently offering one-on-one coaching. But look, if you can't do one-on-one coaching, because that's serious. It's a 4-month commitment. We meet twice a month for 90 minutes and we get the work done. Ain't no games. We here to do the work. Now, if you ain't there yet, right? Okay? If you ain't there yet, what we can do is you can hop on the Abundant Living Guru School, right? Your spiritual university. Specifically made for me with exclusive content, right? To help you navigate all of this. Or you can just go to the YouTube University. That's an option too, on it. That's on there. And we got all the ways to heal. Don't let you get in your way, right? If you want to heal, come talk to me. We will figure out a way. We will figure out a game plan. And look, Whitney and Shy Brown, y'all been saying this hitting, right? A new battery. I have that, right? To be honest. Look, I'm glad this resonated with y'all. I'm glad y'all hopped on here. Talk to me now, right? If y'all need some opportunities or you got some questions, right? Opportunities to heal, or you have some questions about what can aid you on your path, do not hesitate to reach out. And in fact, I'm going to be back next Friday live. It's going to be Ask Cousin Ruji, and we're going to be able to heal in real time. So if you have some questions that you want me to ask live, go ahead and send them. If not, request to join me live and we can hop on here and talk together about any issue or any challenge that you're facing or any goal that you're trying to meet. That's an option too. We like to hit goals around here. We don't want to just always be in the muck of shit, even though we know that's what be going on, right? But look, I love you, family. Until next time, peace out.